Have you ever engaged in a heated discussion with someone, and during the argumentation, your opponent said something that made you assume their stance on a particular subject? Let's say that the debate intensifies and leads to a hostile parting. However, let's say that you revisit the same topic with the person in another point in time, and you come to realize after your opponent clarified his stance that your initial interpretation was completely false. This situation exemplifies the strawman fallacy and a misapplication of the principle of charity. The principle of charity consists in trying to make the most charitable interpretation of your opponent. This principle is crucial in all types of debates, arguments, and discourses. Why? Because in the end, we should strive to fully understand not only our friends and families, etc., but our adversaries as well, because they have the potential to make us smarter and wiser. It's very common that people identify themselves with a certain team, be it a political party or something else. Within these teams, discussions can occur that may lead to severe misinterpretation of their opponents, often resulting in the creation of a straw man. I would say there's a big problem with this, especially on the internet, where people sometimes intentionally misinterpret their opponents. The strawman fallacy occurs when you misinterpret your opponent and create a distorted image of their argument. And then you hurl your strongest argument at the distorted image rather than actually engaging with your opponent's strongest arguments. And what does this achieve? Nothing. Ultimately, it's a waste of time and energy. If we genuinely want to make progress in our political debates, or even our philosophical debates for that matter, we need to apply the principle of charity. So whenever you find yourself in a discussion with someone, try to think, did I really, truly understand what my opponent meant with what he said? Does a person advocating for higher taxes in order to fund free healthcare necessarily imply that he wants communism? Or is it an absolute fact that someone who wants to lower taxes hates the poor? This principle becomes even more critical when we discuss philosophy. If we intentionally misinterpret or misrepresent each other's arguments, we hinder our ability to expose fallacies and the advancement of philosophy. Am I not making a huge assumption here? I mean, philosophers have been discussing certain topics for over 2,500 years. Can there really be such a thing as advancement in philosophy? Isn't just everything a manifestation of the will to power? What do you guys think? Is everything just a will to power? If you want to know more about the will to power, then I suggest you checking out this video here.